Okay, so have you ever thought about like those classic fantasy fights? You know, the ones that pit two totally different people against each other.
Oh, yeah, like those who would win in a fight scenarios.
Right, exactly. And today we're going deep on one that I think a lot of people have probably wondered about. It's Butterbean versus Jetli.
Oh, okay, that's a matchup.
Yeah, so we've got our sources here ready to break down, you know, all the strengths, the weaknesses, and like who would actually come out on top in this totally hypothetical brawl.
Sounds fun. All right, so to start off, I guess we should quickly introduce our contenders, right? For anyone who might not be familiar.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got Butterbean, the king of the 4-rounders. He's the guy who, you know, just walks into the ring and knocks people out.
Yeah, incredible knockout power. And that chin, like seriously, he could take a hit.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then in the other corner, we've got Jetli, the martial arts icon. You know, super fast, agile, all about those precise, powerful strikes.
Yeah, two very different approaches to fighting, for sure.
So, so how do we even start to like figure out who would win in a fight between these two? Like, they're so different.
Well, the first thing we got to consider is the setting, right? Where are they fighting?
Oh yeah, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, because like, picture them in a boxing ring, right? Butterbean's natural habitat.
Oh yeah, I can practically hear the bell ringing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in that scenario, I mean, with the gloves on, limited movement, it's got to be Butterbean's game, right?
Yeah, those punches, man, if they connect, it's lights out.
And remember, boxing rules, they really favor brawlers like Butterbean. You know, they emphasize those powerful punches.
Right, it's all about that knockout.
Exactly.
But, okay, so then what happens if we take this fight out of the ring?
Ooh. Okay, now things get interesting.
Right, like imagine street fight, no rules, anything goes.
Now that changes everything because suddenly Jetli can use his full arsenal, right? We're talking kicks, throws, takedowns, all those techniques that Butterbean might not be ready for.
It's like you're giving Jetli all these new tools.
Exactly, and Butterbean's weaknesses, you know, his lack of agility, maybe his limited range of techniques, those become way more exposed.
I see what you mean.
It's not just about throwing punches anymore.
Plus, you know, thinking about those martial arts movies that Jetli is famous for, he's always using his opponent's size against them.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Remember that scene where he, like, flips the giant wrestler using his own momentum?
Right, and then bam, a quick strike to a pressure point and it's over.
Jetli isn't about brute force. He's about strategy, about finding those openings and exploiting them.
So it's less about who can hit harder and more about who can outsmart the other.
Exactly.
So it sounds like our sources are saying that in a no-rules fight, Jetli would probably win pretty decisively.
Yeah, it seems that way. And, you know, it's not to say that Butterbean wouldn't stand a chance, but it really highlights that, you know, technique and adaptability can often be more important than just raw power.
That's a good point. Like, maybe in some scenarios, size and strengths aren't everything.
Right. It all comes down to who can use their skills most effectively in a given situation.
This has totally changed how I picture this fight going down. I'm seeing Jetli dodging those big punches, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
Like a viper.
Yeah, exactly. It's making me think about all sorts of other mismatched fights that would have surprising outcomes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, what about a sumo wrestler versus a parkour expert?
Oh, that's a good one. Or like a professional wrestler against a Shaolin monk.
Okay, yeah, who would win in that?
Right. It makes you think about the future of combat, too.
Oh, how so?
Well, like maybe we'll see a shift away from, you know, just brute force
Yeah.
and towards more adaptable fighting styles.
Interesting thought. Will we see fighters who can seamlessly blend different disciplines, you know, like boxing with judo, with kung fu?
Right, blending all those styles together, that'd be amazing to see.
Yeah, and, you know, maybe that's already happening. We just haven't fully realized it yet.
So I guess the takeaway here is, if you ever find yourself facing off against Jetli, try to make sure it's in a boxing ring.
With a referee and some rules.
Exactly, keep those rules in your favor.
Or better yet, maybe just avoid fighting Jetli altogether.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
He seems pretty tough.
All right, well, that's our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, this was a fun one.
We'll see you next time for another epic showdown.
Until then, keep those fantasy fights going.
And always remember, the outcome depends on the rules of the game.
Absolutely.
See you later.
Bye!